Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah. I hope everyone is doing well. So let's do some breakdown. So the only instrument that is moving now, that is moving correctly now, I think it's gold. Gold is the only instrument that is moving correctly now. The rest are all BS. The rest are all BS. Yeah, so let's check the fundamentals. Okay, so today is Tuesday. Okay, so at 4:20 p.m., the Fed chair is going to speak. Bank of England governor too is also going to speak. So maybe the chair is going to, as in the Fed chair is going to talk about the rates, and I'm very sure they are going to. If they cut rates, then gold is going to rally more. It's going to push up more. If they cut rates, gold is going to push up more because investors are going to push more money on gold because you are not going to get any positive returns when you invest in the dollar, okay, or the US economy. So you better but invest in any safe havens like gold, you get the silver, those are the indices, you get the stock market, as in yeah, they are going to move to as well. They're also going to rally up. So at this point, gold is the only thing that is moving correctly or that is moving well. And if you are a high time frame trader, you are focusing on gold, it becomes very difficult unless maybe you also find yourself in the lower time frame and scalp over there. So I woke up early watching gold. Gold was around the side, and there was a structure over here at the 15-minute time frame. There was a structure over here. So it was like the moment it breaks a structure, it just moving up. So there was a structure over here. So the moment it broke the high, it just straight to the target. It just straight. It gave like 60 pips. Just straight. The moment the high was taken, just straight. God is now funny. And now he just made a deep retracement. You get it? He just made a deep retracement. Yeah, so at this point, so since there was no fundamentals today, at this point, what I'm waiting for on gold, hmm, at this point, what I'm waiting on gold, if you move to the lower time frame, all the internal structures has been shifted to an uptrend. All the internal structures have been shifted to an uptrend. The 15-minute time frame has also shifted to an uptrend. So this is what you are going to be doing. What I'm going to be doing is what I'll either wait for price to come over here, then look for a buy, or if a support is created over here, okay, if we get a support over here, then I'll look for a buy. You get it? That's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay. These are the stronger levels that I'm interested in taking trades on. So the previous H4 lows too has been taken. You get it? So the chances of price moving, making a deep pullback is very, very high because the previous H4 has been taken. So at this point, if price will be able to come here, which I doubt. So if it happens, it creates a support over here, then I'll be looking for a buy. Okay, there was no buy entry for me now. For me, there was no buy entry for me now. The trend is an uptrend. Okay, The trend is an uptrend, so you don't have to. There's no need for me to look for a sell. I'm just looking for a buy at the higher time frame. Okay, if you look at the H4 time frame, see the trend is an uptrend. It has been trending up ever since. Yeah, so I'm looking for a retracement. Okay, this is just a short-term pullback. I'm looking for a retracement because as the chair is going to speak, I'm very sure they are either going to cut rate. So if they cut rate, then gold will rally, gold will push up more. So at this point, I'm going to look for a pullback on gold. But if you look at the higher time frame, all the high time frame, the monthly time frame is just an uptrend. You get it. If you look at the trend, it's just an uptrend. Just follow the trend. The weekly time frame is also an uptrend. Daily time frame is also making more of what uptrend. So I didn't see even this trend line touches. See it made one touch, the touch over here just bounce up. What time was this? At the daily time frame. Wow. At the daily time frame. So this happened during the Asian session. There was an entry over here at the Asian session. I remember I was in this trade. I remember I took a buy over here. Oh, yeah. I remember I took a buy over here. I remember I took a buy over here. So if you move to the lower time frame, what time was this? I'm sure price pulled back. Yeah. Yeah, so this is where I took a buy. I took a buy over here. But I think price came back. So there was another entry over here. You see, one annoying thing about gold is even if you get a right entry, sometimes it will come and stop you out. So I'm just watching if I would have been able to hold it to. If you get right entry, it will just come and stop you out. You know the direction that price is going to come. Imagine I bought over here, still holding. Wow, that would be nice. Yeah. So there was an entry over here. There was an entry. So I think this one's I bought it. Helped me out and it went in the direction. So this was on Friday. This was on Friday. Friday I was really expecting, yeah. This was on Friday, but yeah, so at this point you are waiting for the pullback. Okay. You are waiting for a pullback. You are waiting for a pullback. Then what? You look for a buy. That's what I'm waiting for. Good. That's what I'm waiting for. Good. So yesterday there was an opportunity on GBP over here, but because of the bank holiday, I was kind of very patient with this because currencies are mostly influenced by the economic activity. So if there was a bank holiday, there was an opportunity over here on GBP. If you look at the structure, the trend is what an uptrend. Okay. And currently, price has created this support over here. There was this support. Price created this support over here. Okay, so what I was just waiting for, because the candle high is the candle is very high. I was just waiting for price to pull back over here, then I will go in for a buy. I was monitoring. You see, as a trader, you don't have to just say because it's bank holidays, so you're not going to watch the chart. You need to always make sure you are sharpening your skill. Okay, so even bank holiday, analyze and see what's going to happen. So at this point, this was the first entry. Our price, the market was kind of, so the first entry will be here. Price moved small. This was the target. Because if I look at this candle, there was a lot of exhaustion. If you look at this candle, price exhaust as in the candle, there was exhaustion, a long exhaustion, a seller's exhaustion candle. There was long seller's exhaustion candle. There was long seller's exhaustion candle. So at this point, what I was expecting is what price to keep on moving up when it took the high. And checking the time of the day. The time of the day was around 1 p.m. So I was rooting for a buy seriously, and it was taken out. So there was a second entry over here. So this was the second entry. You get it. Price has closed within the zone again. So the second entry was over here. I will place my stop loss below this part. But because of the bank holiday, there was no enough volume in the market. So this was the second target. You get it. This was the second target, expecting price to come to the side. But there was back and forth, back and forth. So I woke up this morning and I noticed price has gotten to the side. So even if there was bank holiday, you still need to analyze and see the outcome. You get it? That's what is going to sharpen your skill. So you see targets, price got to the target exactly and it started pulling back. So you see exactly to the target and it started pulling back. And it started pulling back. Yeah, but because it was bank holiday, so I didn't execute. I was just observing. Okay. So at this point, you see, as I analyzed and the thing went in my favor, it has now added an additional boost to my hot system. You get it? It has added another additional boost to my system. I'm very confident in my system now. Oh, it works. So don't just be saying, oh, because it's bank holiday, because it's Friday, so you are not going to analyze. Just be patient of not analyzing. When it comes to execution, be patient with what execution, but when it comes to analysis, make sure you are analyzing to see the outcome. Yeah. So let's see on USD card. I was thinking USD card too is also going to pull back. So trading is all about being patient. Okay, you need to be very patient because sometimes it become boring. That's when most beginners feel like, oh, trading, they have to trade every day, they have to do more things every day. It doesn't work that way. You get it. You just have to, sometimes you come to the market and nothing is showing. So at this point, if you move to the monthly time frame, these are the various levels that I'm expecting price to come on. Moving to the higher time frame, the weekly time frame. Moving to the weekly time frame, I'm expecting price to come to the side. Okay, price is trending up. It's trending up. So looking at the daily time frame too, price is trending up. So there was a rejectional level over here. There was a rejectional level over there at the daily time frame. So looking at the H4 time frame, so this is where you are going to check the trend. Okay, so what's the trend? The trend is what? An uptrend. Right? It's making more of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. You get it? So the trend is what? An uptrend at this point. Yeah, so when I was going to bed, I was expecting price to come to this side. You get it? I was expecting price to just pull back over here. Then I'll take a buy. Wow. The market keeps on moving up, 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 up. It keeps on moving up. Yeah, so this is the point I was expecting price to pull back. Then this morning I'll go in for a buy. But price keeps on moving up. So this is the target. I'm expecting price to come to the side. It's 1 pips. I was expecting it to come to this side. It's 1 pips. So you call it because I can't catch this as in a moving train. You get it? It's already moving, so you don't have to jump in. You just have to wait for price to settle down. So I'll either wait for a pullback to this level, okay, then I'll go in for a buy. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. Then I'll go in for a buy. Good on USD card rather. Okay. So at this point, the smoothest currency pair, the smoothest pair to trade. hmm, Yeah, so let's look at GBP USD. What are you expecting on GBP USD? Let me see. So looking at the monthly time frame on GBP USD, hmm, on GBP USD. So if you look at the monthly, there was a support over here. At the weekly time frame too. So at the weekly time frame, there was a support over here. So if price is coming down, I'm expecting it to come down to this side. So looking at the daily time frame, at the daily time frame, I'm expecting price to come to this side. Okay, these are the daily time frame. So at the H4 time frame too. Okay, so at this point, so this is where the structure becomes confusing. If you At this point, price has made higher high, so the trend has now shifted to a downtrend. You get this? So this structure is confusing. High, lows, high. This structure is confusing. So let's bring it up like this. So this is how the structure looks like. Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? So higher high, high low, higher high. It has broken this one, 10 to downtrend. Okay, so the trend. So this one was high. This one wasn't able to take the previous high. So this is how it looks like. So this point has been taken. So I'll consider it to be an uptrend, a downtrend. So now the trend is a downtrend. You get it? So I'm expecting price to come to the side before you go in for maybe look for a pullback either to the side, then it take the continuation of the trend. That's on GBP USD. So I'm waiting for the closure of this candle. So if this candle close, then you make a decision. Okay, that's to GBP USD. So let's see gold. What's happening over there? Yeah, so it's still falling. What happened? Was it a sudden news event or yeah? Okay. Is it a labor market over the UK? I'm not sure because of that. Mm, yeah. So that's it. Basically, there was no opportunity for me. I'm just observing. Okay. So yesterday there was opportunity over here. So let's see. We have New York Stock Exchange session. Lending session has not even opened. So we have New York Stock Exchange session, lending session, New York Stock Exchange session, New York session, and New York Stock. So we have a lot of time. Opportunity can present itself. The day hasn't ended yet, so opportunity can present itself. So, but I was expecting USD card to just make. I never expected it to just be moving very fast, like as it is doing now. I never expected something like this to be moving fast now. I was thinking maybe during the Asian session it will pull back. Then this morning I will go in for a buy. I just moving very fast now. So this is a target though. This is a target though. So let's see BTC too. So looking at the monthly time frame on BTC USD, this is the rejectional level. So looking at the weekly time frame, this is another rejectional level. So at the daily time frame, it's currently getting close to the weekly rejectional level. It is currently approaching the weekly rejectional level. Okay, so at this point, I will consider it to be in what a ranging phase. So the market is ranging at this point. At this point, it's consolidating. You get it. Looking at the H4 time frame. So the H4 time frame too is currently what approaching this rejectional level. But at this point, the trend is what a downtrend. Okay, it's a downtrend, but you can't take a sell because it is currently hitting a wall. So you can't take a sell. You need to wait for a pullback. Okay, you need to wait for a pullback over here. Then we look for a sell. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. Yeah. So what I'll be doing is what to monitor gold. Gold is what I'm monitoring now to see if there was going to be an opportunity. Okay. Yeah. So no opportunity this morning, guys. No opportunity this morning. Price is making a deep pullback. So I'm waiting for a retracement. Then I'll go in for a buy. All right. So See you next time. I'm still observing, so if there's opportunity to educate, bye bye to you all. If I didn't keep long, you get it. Because sometimes I can't be here just ranting with no opportunities. Can't be here just ranting because there's no opportunity. So staying long over here, wasting your time, there's no, you're not going to get anything from that. So I just have to leave you guys to just go and run your own things. Gold, one thing about gold is the way it is making all-time high. It has become very difficult to as well to trade it. Okay, especially if you are someone who focuses on the higher time frame. It has become very difficult unless you double on the lower time frame. So this is price action from Sunday. This was on Sunday. Okay, it started from here on Sunday. So I was expecting a break over here. I was expecting a break over here. But yesterday it was a bank holiday too. I was expecting a break. So this was 5 6. Yeah. But I just made back and forth, pulled back, making back, and even if you're not confident in your system, it's going to be very difficult for you to trust these pullbacks. It wasn't moving fast. You get it. So if you entered over here, I'm very sure this pullback you won't even be able to withstand. Just making back and forth, back and forth. So if you are trading gold and you get a good move, I think it's better you hold it for long. So when it comes to the internal structures, like the 15-minute time frame, this is where you are going to get a shift in trend. But as to where to position your stop loss is going to be very difficult because the lower 15-minute time frame, it's easily for price to just invalidate. Okay, so you need to find a stronger level to place your stop. But at the 15-minute time frame, price can easily what come back and stop you out. That's it for the so that's why I was expecting price to come to this level. Okay, this is a stronger level. So you see there was one touch, there was another touch over here. You get it. So if price comes to this level, it's very strong. It's going to be a strong level as comparing it to buying in the middle of this range. So let's take H1. Okay, H1 levels. There's another H1 level right here. So this one has easily been invalidated. This one has easily been invalidated. So let's see if this H1 is going to hold. But for me, I'm waiting for price to come to this level. This is the level I'll be interested in buying on. Um, I'm interested in buying on this level. Okay, this is the level I'll be interested in buying on gold. The rest are all weaker levels for me. The rest are all weaker level, unless maybe you are going, even if gold moves very small, it's like 30, 60 pips, 100 pips. So this move that I was talking about was around 60 pips. Hey, 90 something pips. The whole of this move was share 1,000. I said 1,000. Let me see. 100 and something pips. 107 pips. 110. Just this small move. This pair is crazy. Gold is making people millions. But if you don't position yourself well, it's going to take a lot from you. That's how gold is currently doing. Okay, that's what gold is currently. If you don't position yourself well, it's going to take a lot from you. But I'm still observing the smaller time frame price action on gold. I'm still observing the smaller time frame price action on gold. Yeah, so price has gotten to the target. There was no pullback, so it has gotten to this target. So let's see. There was price action over here. A lot of price action. The currencies has become very difficult these days to trade because of the US economy. It's not moving as you used to see last year. This year currency trading has become very difficult unless commodities. Oh, this is what I was expecting. This was what I was. The moment it broke out, I was very happy. I was thinking maybe we will get a pullback, then we take the continuation. It's been a while I took a trade on USD card. So last week was ranging, and I think on Friday, yeah, okay, on Thursday we had a breakout, just consolidated for some time over here. And yesterday we had a breakout, but there was a lot of rejection. So this is a clean zone. I was expecting to take this buy, but the timing is very, very bad. But the week is still young, okay? So that's what you need to remind yourself. The week we have Wednesday, we have Thursday, we have Friday, and of late I've been seeing the market giving a lot of opportunities to on Fridays. So we have Wednesdays, we have Thursday, we have Friday, we have more days to get it. So no rush, no rush. You need to follow your system. That's the most important thing. No rush. If it doesn't align with your system, make sure you are not executing. You just try it on either demo on a small account. And you keep on observing. At this point, I'm just observing for what I'm expecting, as I said. So it's either it will create a support over here. Okay. It will give us some support. It will give some support like this. Like what happened over here the other time. This trade, oh, I wish it will come again. This trade, then we take the continuation. Or price just come here, create a support, then we take the continuation. So at this point, that is what I'm expecting it to happen on gold. That's what I'm expecting it to happen on gold. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. So you see, for every when did yeah, yeah, so mostly 1 hour to the active market session, price mostly pulls back. 1 hour to an active market session, price mostly pulls back. So exactly, so during the Asian session, it was just making back and forth. And 1 hour to the active market session, it just made a pullback over here. You get it? It just made a pullback, massive pullback over here. Exactly, pullback. Okay. So guys, see you next time.